Well, good morning. It's a little after 7, and I'm shocked at how late we were able to sleep. Little guy did great sleeping. Only heard him a few times, but I think that same thing happens at home. I'm surprised he slept this late. We're going to get some coffee, going to get some breakfast, and get started with our day.
If you missed our video from part 1 of camping, I'll link it in the description below. The morning started off with everyone over 3 feet tall had coffee, and the ones under 3 feet had their morning milk. I think overall we slept pretty well, and we realized one thing: no need to buy any more toys. We're just going to play in the dirt.
Got the whole wood thing figured out. Place about 20 minutes away. It's $3 for 4 good-sized pieces of wood, so that should be enough for cooking tonight and for a campfire. Next step now is breakfast. We're going to do pancakes, sausage, and fruit. Since we have an electric site, we brought our griddle with us to make cooking the pancakes and sausage a heck of a lot easier.
After all of our tummies were full, we picked up the site a little bit, washed the dishes, and then we went for a little bit of a walk. From there, we headed down to the lake itself. We checked out the playground first, and this is where our day took a little bit of a turn.
We tried to go down to Mothy Lake, to the actual beach area. They have a very nice beach. We went on the playground for a little bit. He really liked the playground. And then we walked over. We got him all set up to go swimming, got the sunscreen on, got his hat on, his little vest on, everything. And then we noticed there was a sign for blue-green algae down there, like a warning. And when you go down to the edge, you could definitely see that it was at the edge there. And we were kind of unsure, in case he would drink it or ingest it, he could get sick. So we ended up punting that idea, and we went up to Long Lake, which is still part of the northern unit of the Kettle Moraine. It's about 15 minutes from here.
Once we got to the South Beach parking, we had to walk about a tenth of a mile on this paved path to the beach, and the poor little guy couldn't run to the water fast enough. The beach was super nice, and there was no blue-green algae. We played in the water for a little bit, and then I got started with lunch. The beach had some of these nice cooking pits, and after waiting quite a bit amount of time for the charcoal to get hot, we were cooking our brats. All in all, even though we had to transport everything down that path, lunch worked out pretty nice, sitting right by the water.
We're back at the campsite here now. We're going to attempt a nap. It's pretty bright out, as you can see, so we'll see if the nap actually happens. If not, we're going to at least try to get some quiet time and go from there. He's biting his back and play. Wish us luck.
While he pretended to nap, I continued reading my book, which I've been working on for 3 years, How I Built This. Also want to quickly show you the bathrooms. We stayed very close to the flush toilets, which made the bedtime routine very helpful, as well as the showers. There were 6 showers. They were kind of tight, but they were camp showers and they worked. And if you're wondering, he did not nap, but he did get some good quiet time. We hung around the camp, and then it was time for dinner. It's about 4:45. It's time to start dinner. So tonight we're doing pizza over the fire. So I want to get a nice bed of coals. Last time worked out pretty well. Doing the packets, I just kind of moved this up and down at will. But I want to get a nice bed of coals, and we already have these pre-made crusts that we're using. So it's not like we need to get the dough cooked or anything. We just need to get the cheese and also get it kind of all incorporated. So I'm starting early enough. I'm going to make my nice bed of coals. So let's get started. Fire making went a lot easier tonight. I had some good kindling to work with and some good wood. While I was building the fire, the 2 chefs were working on the pizza. And like I had mentioned, all we had to do was spread the sauce on, add our cheese and other toppings. All right, adding the pizza to the fire now. There we go. Now we still got a little bit of a flame, which I'm not really the biggest fan of, but we got a nice heat source, nice bed of coals, and I can raise this up and down. We got a full one and a half one. I think overall this worked pretty well. The only issue was there was no heat coming at the top of the crust, so that's why it doesn't look very cooked. Dinner survived. None of the pizza we cooked broke. Time to try it. First off, check out that crust. I spent a lot of time making sure that crust was good. Perfect. After dinner, it was time to wash the dishes and clean the site, and then
I had to make the trash run. Last night we made the mistake of leaving the trash in the car because we didn't want to leave it outside, and then the car smelled. Rookie mistake. So I went to take the trash out and got down to the lake just to see the sunset because look at that. It's our last night here at Mothy Lake. Well, I was putting him to bed right now, so hopefully he sleeps through the night and does great. We're just gonna have a campfire and sit around and hang out and probably get to bed early because we're exhausted just from everything we've done. So signing off for tonight here at Mothy. We'll see you tomorrow.
Since he didn't take a nap, we put him to bed earlier. And since we put him to bed earlier, it took him quite a bit of time to get to sleep. But eventually he went to sleep and we enjoyed our fire.
I think we officially wore the guy out because it's 7:30. I'm up before him. I'm gonna make some coffee. Night 2 sleeping was way better than night 1. Cheers. Well, I got a second this morning. Let's go over the costs. First, let's start with the site. The site was $28 a night, and this is a full electric site. The electric sites are more hard crushed gravel because they're meant for trailers. You could fit a small trailer, maybe only in like 25 feet or so. It's got full hookups for that. There was a $7.95 reservation fee for booking online. I don't know if you can avoid that any other way. But so all in for the site, we were about $64. Now, outside of that, there weren't really too many more expenses we had. We had to buy a little bit of firewood. I think maybe we were $20 for that. So call it $84. We did have to buy some ice, maybe another $10 for that. So maybe we're at, what, $94 is that? And the only other like specialty thing we bought was that little piece of charcoal bag for cooking those broth yesterday, and that's just because we don't have a charcoal grill at home. So you could be in all-in camping for a couple nights for well less than $100. I'm not going to include groceries because we'd have to buy groceries at home. Inexpensive way to get outdoors in. We were talking last night. Our son had an absolute blast just running around the campsite, being goofy, getting dirty. And you can get that at home, don't get me wrong, but it's just a different experience out here. Thanks for watching so far. If you do have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. If you saw anything we did that you're like, you're crazy, man, leave a comment. I'd love to hear your feedback. So I'm just sitting here enjoying my coffee. Waiting for everyone else to wake up.
And it wasn't long before everyone else was up.
This morning we're having make your own omelets for breakfast.
And for our little friend that can't have egg, he had some cottage cheese and avocado toast. And this is where we learned it's very important that your griddle is on level ground. But don't worry, it turned out just fine. And now we had to pack everything up. I worked on everything inside our tent while my wife worked on the screen tent, and then together as a family of 3 we tried to take the screen tent down safely. I think I was more impressed by the fact everything fit in the car like it was supposed to. Before we left, my Boy Scout instincts kicked in and I had to do one last sweep of the site and leave no trace.
And with that, our camping trip is done. Car's packed up, the site's been cleaned. It's time to wave goodbye last time to Mothy Lake. So thanks for coming along. This has been a blast to make this, and I think the family had a lot of fun. So until next time, enjoy your adventure.